Alright, let's break this down, because what we're talking about here isn't just another fight. This is a cultural event, a collision of two completely different universes, all culminating in a single night under the brightest lights. On one side, you have the disruptor, the man who crashed the party and then decided to own the venue, Jake the problem child, Paul. And on the other, you have the embodiment of boxing royalty, a silent predator who lets his fists do all the talking, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. This all kicked off with a moment that felt straight out of a movie. A face-to-face confrontation, a tense exchange, and then a simple handshake that put $2 million on the table. $2 million. Just like that. This isn't about the official purse anymore. This is about ego, about pride, about backing up every single word you've ever said. When you put that kind of money down on a handshake, you're not just betting on yourself. You're telling the entire world that failure isn't even in your vocabulary. So, let's look at the two men at the center of this storm. First, Jake Paul. It's easy to dismiss him, right? The YouTube kid, the Disney star. Many people did, and many people have paid the price for it. But you have to respect the journey. He didn't just step into the ring, he bulldozed his way in. He saw an industry steeped in tradition and said, "I can do this differently," and he did. He leveraged his massive online following, his undeniable genius for self-promotion, and turned himself into one of the biggest draws in combat sports. Think about his trajectory. He started against fellow social media stars, then moved on to professional athletes from other disciplines, Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley. With every fight, the critics said, "This is it. This is where the hype train derails." And with every fight, Jake found a way to win, usually by knockout. He has systematically dismantled the arguments against him. He can't beat a real athlete. He did. He can't beat a real fighter. He beat Anderson Silva, a legend. He might have stumbled against Tommy Fury, but he got right back up and dominated Nate Diaz. What Jake possesses is more than just a powerful right hand. He has an iron chin and an even stronger self-belief. He genuinely believes he is destined for greatness in this sport, and that conviction is a weapon in itself. He trains like a madman, surrounds himself with a world-class team, and dedicates his life to this craft. You don't have to like him, but you absolutely have to respect the work he's put in. He's bigger, he's longer, and he has legitimate one-punch power that can turn anyone's lights out. Now let's cross the ring. In the other corner stands Gervonta "Tank" Davis. And if Jake Paul is a supernova of noise and spectacle, Tank is a black hole of silent, terrifying power. This man is boxing personified. Bred in the hard-knock gyms of Baltimore, under the tutelage of the Mayweather dynasty, Tank is a prodigy. He is a pound-for-pound elite, a three-division world champion. When you watch Tank fight, you're watching a master at work. His fight IQ is off the charts. He sees openings that other fighters don't even know exist. He lures you in, makes you think you have a chance, and then, boom, it's over. His power is just different. It's not just brute force. It's explosive. It's precise. It's fight-ending. We saw it against Leo Santa Cruz with that unbelievable uppercut. We saw it against Mario Barrios when he moved up in weight and still carried that devastating power. We saw it against Ryan Garcia, a fight many thought would be a 50-50 contest, where Tank systematically broke him down and finished him with a body shot that you could feel through the screen. Tank is a patient hunter. He downloads data round after round, and once he has you figured out, there is no escape. He's not here for the headlines or the YouTube views. He's here to prove he is the baddest man on the planet, and his resume speaks for itself. He has faced and defeated a lineup of killers, all while making it look almost effortless. For Tank, this isn't about fame. He already has the respect of the boxing world. This is about legacy. So how does a fight like this actually play out? It's a classic clash of styles and a fascinating strategic puzzle. Jake Paul's biggest advantages are his size and his power. He's a natural cruiserweight, and he will be significantly bigger and taller than Tank, who has spent most of his career at lightweight and super featherweight. Jake will want to use that size, keep Tank at the end of his jab, and try to walk him onto that massive right hand. For Jake, the game plan has to be about control. Control the distance, control the pace, and land that one perfect shot that changes everything. He can't get into a technical boxing match with Tank. He can't let Tank get inside and go to work. He needs to make this a brawl, a war of attrition where his size and strength can wear Tank down. For Gervonta Davis, it's the complete opposite. He's used to being the smaller man. His entire career has been about solving the puzzle of bigger opponents. Tank needs to close the distance. He has to use his masterful footwork, his head movement, to slip under Jake's long punches and get into the pocket. Once he's inside, that's his world. He can unleash those brutal combinations to the body and head. The body shots will be key. He needs to chop the big tree down, sap Jake's gas tank, take away his legs, and then look for that explosive knockout finish. Tank's path to victory is through superior skill, speed, and precision. He needs to weather the early storm, make Jake miss, and make him pay for every single mistake. And this is where that $2 million handshake becomes so much more than a publicity stunt. It adds a layer of psychological warfare that is just fascinating. Who does it pressure more? Does it put more pressure on Jake, the man who has to prove he belongs at this elite level? Or does it put more pressure on Tank, the man who is expected to win, the man who cannot afford to lose to a YouTuber? A loss for Jake is a setback, but he can spin it. A loss for Tank? It would be a seismic shock to the boxing world, something that would follow him for the rest of his career. This fight is a referendum on the state of modern boxing. It's the new media superstar versus the old-school champion. It is the story of a man who built his own platform versus a man who climbed the traditional ladder. It's a clash between two guys who are masters of their respective domains. One is a master of promotion and branding. The other is a master of the sweet science. But on fight night, none of that matters. The followers, the pay-per-view buys, the press conferences, it all fades away. It comes down to two men in a squared circle, and only one will have his hand raised. Will it be Jake Paul, who once again shocks the world and proves that his power and self-belief can overcome any deficit in experience? Or will it be Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who demonstrates that there are levels to this sport and that a lifetime of dedication to the craft cannot be replicated in just a few years? This summer, we get the answer. This isn't just a fight. It's a legacy-defining moment. The bet is real. And trust me, the pain will be too. Someone is walking away with $2 million in their pocket and bragging rights for a lifetime. And someone else is walking away with a very, very hard lesson. You are not going to want to miss this. Thanks for tuning in and breaking this down with me. If you're as hyped for this as I am, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment below with your prediction, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of our updates as we get closer to this epic showdown. We'll see you in the next one.